Hi, I'm Bob Powell. I'm the president and CEO at Solar Power Partners. I actually came to Solar Power Partners earlier this year, and I'm very excited to be here. I originally came out of the utility industry, which is a little bit different than what I've seen many of the executives in the solar industry coming out of, traditionally more technology-oriented people. So I'm excited with my background working, for example, with Pacific Gas and Electric Company in the past, or as a consultant in the energy and utility industry, to hopefully bring a little bit of the utility bent and focus to our industry. And in coming to this industry, I'm very excited about where we are. As I'm sure many of you know, the industry and the economy at large in 2008 and 2009 experienced the liquidity or financial crisis, and I think that really hurt many of the solar companies. But what I see right now is, from an industry perspective, the coming together of many different events or foundations to make this industry a successful industry as we go forward. And I have to say, here at Solar Power Partners, actually in this year, in these difficult times, we were successful, and I think we specifically have a great base to build on as well. So if I can, I'd like to share with you a little bit about Solar Power Partners and where we came from. We're an independent solar power producer based in Mill Valley, California, which is just north of San Francisco. We are about 3 years old in existence, started as a very small, fast-growing company, and our projects traditionally were based in California, and we started and used that California base, which in the U.S. was, if you will, ground zero for the solar industry, and have begun to expand outside of that, outside of California, though California is a great base. We've grown into other parts of the country, predominantly here in the U.S., which is our focus, in the southwestern U.S. as well, and then up on the East Coast in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeastern region. And so at Solar Power Partners, we see ourselves as having a scope that is nationwide, and we really think that we're poised specifically, and the industry in general, to grow. So if I may, I'd like to share with you some of my thoughts about why I'm optimistic about the solar industry. I think there are a few things that are going on. First, I think from a social cause and responsibility standpoint, I think we're beginning to understand in the U.S. with issues such as global warming and the environmental consciousness, I think of all of us here, that people are seeing solar as being a great alternative to some of the lesser clean technologies to produce electricity. And so one, I think it's just generally about where we are as a country in general. Secondly, what I think is important as well is we now have the support, I think, at the federal and even at the state level as well, that really is emphasizing the cleaner technologies. And so, as an example, in California, the state legislature has renewable portfolio standards that they've mandated a certain percentage of the utilities use clean, green technologies, which certainly includes solar. And so I think that's part of it as well, which is the federal and state support. And on the federal level, for me, what is really exciting too is that our President Obama, has been very visible and supportive of our industry. He's spent a lot of time meeting with industry executives and has toured a lot of our solar facilities that are owned by different companies throughout the country, and so he's supportive, and I think the legislators are as well, again at the federal level in addition to the state level. The other thing that I think is really good from a broad perspective is I see some of the cost of the systems going down as well. There is a lot of investment both here in the U.S. and internationally in clean technologies, including solar. And what you see is the costs begin to come down and make solar more competitive with some of the lesser clean technologies that are out there. And so if you put those three things together, I really see a lot of optimism going forward. The other and final thing that I think really hurt us, as I said, in 2008 and 2009, that is really beginning to turn now is the financial markets are really turning. And I see more optimism amongst the investing community, the bankers, other investors, etc. And I have a lot of discussions with investors and those parties. And I see that 2010 is going to be a great year, a year where you'll see much more investment coming into our industry. And so specifically, how are we poised at Solar Power Partners at SPP to take advantage of this? Well, one, as I said, I think we had a good year despite the financial crisis, and we've continued to execute. We have 41 projects that are operating right now, and so as we look to sell electricity out of our solar facilities to potential customers, whether they be utilities or commercial customers or governmental agencies. They know that we have executed and we can execute in the future. And so I think that our base of proving that we can execute in even the most difficult times is going to give us the credibility to expand and to grow. And then I think the team that we have at SPP is great as well. We've got people who have very deep solar skills, people who have deep skills and understanding of our key customers, again, starting with the utility marketplace and then going down to the commercial marketplace and then governmental type agencies that would use solar facilities. So for me, I'm excited not just about where the industry is going, but also where we're positioned and how I think we'll help to grow this market and be successful individually here at SPP.